But come on, are you
And
kidding me?
even my physical address, like, fuck off, I'm not telling you where I live, right?
Totally.
So what about the box between, with your gender, or Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. or what happens there?
Yeah, that's a really good question because I've been having this experience now navigating the world the last month or so as a non-binary person, and yeah, a lot of institutional structures, registering for a clothing shop, going for a massage, it's Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. And I have to basically say, if you want my patronage, I'd like these institutional structures changed. And MX is usually the term that's used, that's non-binary or gender fluid. Some people use Zer. It's just about making space. Like, hello, we're in the 2020s, gender revolution, sexuality revolution. We got to be the change, and I think we do that on an individual level, and we do that on a sort of meso level with institutions, and we do that on that broader macro level, in sort of politics and kind of global economy. So it's important that we all be that change at that individual micro level, but that we also intervene in our communities to activate and help educate and build literacy, and make space at that institutional level too. We all have a part to play in that.
So what about incarceration, for example? Like, this is something that I'd thought about only because one of my old clients, her daughter, had written an article about transgenders in jails. So, is there a solution? Do we build non-gender fluid jails or institutions? It's like, it's a whole whirlwind there as well, right?
Well, I think that there's a lot of contentious dialogue, and depending on, particular waves of feminism, and yeah, particular kind of, waves of patriarchy. And, there's different, I guess, lenses that people bring in terms of viewing transgenderism. But I think it's important that we just make safe space institutionally, in structures and services, that enable people to just be who they are. Like, how hard is it? How complicated is it? But we still live in a binary world. You're gay, straight, bi. You're white and you're black. You're this and you're that. You're poor or you're middle class or you're upper class. Like, we just love to like label and categorize, and we lose the fluidity in human, social, and structural experience. That really, is what is beautiful about humanity. So I think, in response to your question about incarceration, that's a whole other